Ah, yes. Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas. I am Bishop Wyatt, and this rant is about yesterday's events that took place. Well, with Tibbs and Cyrax, basically. Tibbs, even Tibbs had a hard time at his hotel yesterday. He was receiving phone calls left and right, and they're not happy with Tibbs. Apparently, he is still there, from my understanding, after looking at Discord yesterday, but apparently someone was sent, a group of people. Scrappers. Anyone else hear that? I did. It's glorious. That's what happens when you stick up for a ghoulish creature like Cyrax and make his videos private and ban trolls from saying anything to him. If you thought that wasn't going to come back to bite you in the ass, Tibbs, well, you're sadly mistaken. And you can sit there in your hotel room and make threats against whoever that day, but all you are showing us is that you're an angry little man, a greaseball, who's protecting a fellow angry little creepy man, and you two belong together. You really do. I guess it's two birds with one stone, as they say, because you are the reason he is still online, therefore you are going to get trolled as such. But what can you do? Tibbs is going to do what Tibbs is going to do. He doesn't listen to anybody. He thinks he's untouchable. Well, last night, that showed you're not untouchable. It showed that a ring-a-ding-ding can really make your life very difficult. It's simple as that. A little phone call. And all we have to say is the truth. The man is in there with a sex doll doing God knows what, making threats against God knows who. Basically everybody and anybody who disagrees with him. It's a common trait of a Lolcow. That's why him and Cyrax probably they probably get along just well. Although it's inevitable, Cyrax one day, probably soon, will screw him over by leaking personal information or talking smack behind his back, what have you. They'll cannibalize each other. It's just like, no loyalty amongst thieves, kind of like that. But, I guess no loyalty amongst creeps either. I bet that's the law, unwritten law, that we all know deep down inside is going to happen. And I look forward to it, because that's going to be a glorious day. They really think that they're making us crumble, that we're infighting and all this other crap. It may be a little small groups of people that are infighting, but it's a large group at hand who are doing just fine hating you and working on ways to remove you from offline. And in that case, when we get you offline, we know that you'll be back. We know that there is never going to be a final nail. It will not from us anyway. We are basically just the cleanup crew, and you will mentally not be able to handle the trolling for too much longer. I mean, it's inevitable in that sense too. It's getting worse for both of them. Making Cyrax's videos private is just making him lose views. And have you noticed his streams aren't that long at all? He just gets on and does a little crappy song cover that he doesn't know how to play or sing, and then gets off. And the only time he feels confident is when Tibbs is modding for him. The one day he wasn't modding for Cyrax, and what happened? A troll came in, and Cyrax quit. So he's basically now attached to Tibbs if he wants to never see a troll comment again. So better get used to it, Cyrax. And Tibbs, you're in for a long road. I don't really think you understand how difficult Cyrax is, but you'll find out soon. And I guess you can expect more phone calls. I don't know who's doing it, but, kind of asked for it, didn't you? Instead of just, staying in your lane and doing your own thing, you went to bat for a pedophile, a fellow pedophile that people loathe and want offline. We don't want him online, at least the section I'm a part of. We're tired of his rage. I mean, it's the same thing. He has the same insults, the same rage over and over again. How many times can you watch that garbage? How many GIFs can you make of him? It's done. We have content for years. Cyrax and Tibbs were to leave, we'd still have content. We would still be able to make fun of them. But like I said, I'm not in this for the content. I'm in this for the removal of the cancer online, which is pedophiles. Anyway, I have another video dropping when I get back from the old family's house. And that one is extremely long, like I said in the community post. And let's just hope YouTube doesn't mess with it. I will see you all at 8 p.m. tonight Eastern Time. Ah, yes.